5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
Hey everybody, happy Friday, happy Friday. It is one ugly ass day here in New York. In Gotham, we cannot see the city, which is about 20 miles across the harbor from me. And to my right, the fog has lifted, so I do see the ocean. It's a beautiful day, at least I can see it now. This morning I got up, it was pea soup fog. A lot of my friends on the West Coast have also had some fog, I guess. But it's great to be here, and I've got an old friend of ours, one of our cohorts from the earlier days, and all I can say is one of our oldest friends, been a guest on the show. She's been a hostess, co-hostess with the mostest, and hell, we haven't had her on in a while. There's a lot going on in the world. I'm just going to run over this, but we have the wonderful and talented Sam Rourke with us, and she's going to play a little song. We're going to talk about the Jammie Awards, and let me just quickly run through if there's any news here that I really feel like talking about. As we all know, the world is just a complete and utter shitstorm at the moment. Let's see, I'm going to go through all the news things that we've probably all heard, and I do you a favor, and I won't read any of that crap for you. I know it's tough to digest. Let's see, majority of hostages in Gaza alive. Nothing good there. We've just got, I'm glad they're alive, but the State Department is cautioning all of us, be cool when you go abroad. And for those of my musician friends, including myself, who might be overseas next summer, be cool when you're planning your itinerary is all I can say. And wherever you go, keep your eyes open. I'm just an old cranky guy. I've been playing in rock and roll since I was about that tall. So I always got my head on a swivel, man. I got my eye on the back door, and I know where to get out of a place quick. Interestingly enough, I had a friend of mine once having dinner at Luby's truck stop in Texas, and I don't know how many of you remember this, but about 35 years ago, a guy ran his truck into Luby's and then walked stalking through the place, shooting people. Well, my friend was just sitting there at the window having his club sandwich, because I rode all over Texas with this guy, man. We had a lot of club sandwiches. He was sitting there eating the thing. He looks up, sees a truck comes in, crashes through the wall. Next thing he knows, he's laying on the ground. And this is, I'm describing these blow for blow, how he told me about it. He said next thing he hears is the door open, and he sees a pair of boots get out. He's laying under the truck, literally up under the radiator, under a table, broken chest and spine. He was all messed up. And he's thinking, I'm going to call out and get somebody to get me out from under this damn truck. And what happens? He hears this guy go click and start shooting. And he could hear the guy going through Luby's table to table. People are running out the front door, out the back door. It was a horrible event. A bunch of people died. And, you know, none of us ever think anything like that can happen. And I just bring it up because he was just sitting there minding his dinner. One of the greatest salespeople I ever knew. And it took him like 3-4 months to recover physically. But when he told me that story that I've just relayed to you as best I can, I just sat there and couldn't believe it. He said at first he was about to go, hey man, get me out from under here. And then he heard the shots and he just played dead. And the guy eventually went in the back, killed himself. But when the police came in, it was one of those terrifying things. A lot of people hurt. So look, there's a lot of bad things happening in the world today. So whatever big cities you live in, if you live in New York here, if you live in LA, if you live in Nashville, big events, just be careful, people. And I know I sound like paranoid Uncle Neil, but I've seen enough shit that I didn't expect to happen in this life many times at a small level and then at big levels. You know, nobody ever thinks a war is going to break out or it's going to happen to you or you're going to get mugged or get your ass kicked. But please, everybody, I love my audience and I love the folks who just tune in to hear me talk smack. But wherever you go, we're in a time of chaos again. It's like back at 9/11. So don't be paranoid. Live your life. Have a good time. But watch around you. Watch what people are up to. And just be careful. And if you see somebody doing something bad, well, if you're a big hulking guy, man, grab a hold of them and frickin' whale the shit out of them. I hate to say that, but don't go easy is all I can advise you. Now, we're going to get back to some much more cool stuff here. We have nothing to report, although The Exorcist is 50 years old, and the origin of the movie The Exorcist is still haunting to many. I can tell you, when I was a kid, that was a really scary movie. I kind of like Scary Movie 2, the way they did The Exorcist better, where James Wood was kind of trying to haunch on the on the chick, and I liked Scary Movie and thought that was great. So there's really not much more good news here to tell you, although this is cool. Last night, the Rolling Stones played a secret nightclub show here in the city. Had Lady Gaga. I don't know if she's in the meat dress or not, but I don't really care. I like her. Got some comments coming in. Yeah, Kathleen, how are you? Nashville, Tennessee, calling in. We got a bunch of folks here from Tennessee. Stick around, Kat. We've got our friends going to join me in just like 2 minutes. Well, 10 minutes. It's 7:07. It's 10:07. Sam will be with us, and before I have her come on, we're going to play a little tune that's one of my favorite songs she wrote. She wrote this like, I guess about 3 years ago, and it's one of my favorite songs because it's about something that I love to eat, and that is grits, baby. So she wrote a song called Grits, Girls Raised in the South. And all I could say is that seems to me to be the breakfast of champions for anybody. And I love some grits, and we're going to play that song right before we get out of this mess here. And then we're going to have her come on and talk about all the cool stuff she's up to. You want the best sleep of your life, people? Go to hotels. They're determined to give it to you. Trust their word for it, not mine. So that's enough with the news. I'm going to go ahead and play some song. I'm going to play a great song that I really know you're going to dig. Let me just call it up here. And we'll bring it on. Let's see. Present. All right. Let's see. Screen, here we go. Okay. And clank, clank. Come on, baby. Pardon one moment, folks. YouTube. So, here we go. Now we're talking. Of course, I had this queued up before the show because it is one of my favorites. And where did it go? Into the frickin' abyss, I tell you. All right, peeps, now we're happening. telling you that is the shit right there. Sammy, how you doing, girl? It's been a while.
Hey, Neil, doing great. How are you, man?
I'm great. I'm even better after hearing that this morning. I just love that tune. I haven't heard it since the last time I had you on, but it's just such a great song. I mean, in every way. Are you guys still playing that out? You do that regularly?
Yeah, Grits is one I'm actually going to be playing today. Playing the Nashville Zoo today. Me and Cody. This is
All
Cody,
right. Hey, Cody, what's happening, man? How are you, brother?
talented musician. He is crazy talented. He got great vocals. He's an amazing picker.
Excellent. Well, I wouldn't expect any less with you, and nice to meet you, my friend. Man, I'll maybe catch up with you in a couple of weeks. You got gigs coming up in like 2 weeks, Sam? Are you playing out?
Right now, I'm actually about to be doing some studio work for the next month.
Gotcha. That's cool. Well, I'll come hunt you down and pester you when I get down there,
Yeah.
wherever you're at. So, what are you working on these days? I know you've got the jammies. We can talk about that. But where are you at songwriting right now?
We're about to put together my freshman album, technically, because I've never put out a full album. So we're about to
Right.
put that up. I'm writing the last 3 songs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Will officially have put out my very first album. I'm probably going to be releasing a new EP though next month.
Mm-hmm.
Called Big and Coal, and I'm super stoked for it. It's a tune that I spent over 2 years working on in the studio, and
All
that
right.
to spend on a single tune, and it's something that I'm really proud of. So I can't wait for it to come out.
Well, I can't wait either because for those of you who haven't watched my show ever, if you're just tuning in, you know Sam because she's been on before. She's one of my first guests. So she was just blowing up, and here she is, like blowing up still and kicking ass. I tell the story. I read that she had put out Jolene, folks, which that's a really country legendary song. And I saw this tiny little girl singing Jolene, and I said, "Well, I gotta check this chick out, man. She's got bigger balls than I do, man. She's playing Jolene, and look at the size of her." And I heard it, and I stopped, and I listen to a lot of music people. I listen to probably 100 new songs a day. I try to listen to 100 new bands, and usually they get 15 seconds in. If I think it's something cool, I might go to the hook and try and hear it. But I don't usually spend an hour. I turned the video on, I listened to it for 20 seconds, and then I'm calling down the hall to my girlfriend going, "Hey, you got to come listen to this shit. This is really cool. You're not going to believe this tune." And we've been friends ever since. I don't know. I just reached out to you, and you said, "Sure, I'll come on and do it." And I'm glad you did. We've over the years had lots of fun when you were helping host out. And tell you what, a lot of the audience misses you, and we'll be probably reaching out to you after the show today, just because you're well loved around here, and that's a cool thing.
I appreciate
So tell me, how many Jammies have you been nominated for over the years, and where are you at now, and what's happening? I know you've.
So this is my 3rd year in a row. This will be my 7th nomination altogether.
Mhm.
Nominated for Artist of the Year this year and Song of the Year. So stoked for that. We'll be at the Grand Ole Opry on Sunday to find out if we bring home any more awards. I've won for the last 3 years straight, so this would be my 4th year. Or no, this would be my 3rd year. Sorry, this would be my 3rd year winning. So we'll see.
Great. Well, I hope you win again. In fact, I don't even hope. I know you're going to win. I mean, I just have no doubt. And which song is the one they're nominating?
Prove You Right.
Wow, is that on your YouTube page yet?
New song. Yeah, it's not even got a music video out for it yet. It's about to come out. We're about to be working on it, which is another project that I'm super stoked for because I'm going to have the music video for Prove You Right.
Right.
And that EP is going to be probably my favorite EP that I've ever put out. And the 2
Right.
songs that are going to come out on it are very contrasting. They're 2 totally different tunes, dude, like Daylight and Dark.
Right, right. Well, that's cool because I think always, trying new stuff, everything I've heard you do it always gets better. And, when you came out with Clank Clank, the production, everything you've produced has been incredible. I mean, I give my hats off to your producer.
Thanks.
And so tell me about your friend sitting in the back there. He's the quiet type. He's just sitting there going, "What kind of crazy fucker did you bring me on with this morning? Get me up early, drag me out of bed in the Nashville morning." How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm excited for you guys. So tell me, how long have you been with Sam?
Um, See, I've known you for about
3 years now.
yeah, about 3 years.
Excellent.
Through some mutual friends, and we just would jam some music together. And anytime we jammed with each other, we just had really good chemistry, and we could always just put on some good music.
I can imagine she's so damn hard to work with. You know, she's always such a such a pain in the ass. No, I'm totally kidding, y'all. You know that. Um, so, what do you also write? You also a singer-songwriter type of guy, and your other alter ego?
I try to be in my spare time, but I'm much more into going along, and I like writing melodies and
Right.
notation side of things more. I'm not very gifted with lyrics.
That's cool. Well, you know, everybody, hell, you'll be the guy that I'll call when I'm writing something, and I'll have this song, but it's three chords, and I'm a drummer, so you know how I play guitar. It's like, you know, just not real good, but I can write lyrics and a rough song. What happens is I'm just a shitty enough guitar player. I'll get to the bridge, and I'll literally call a friend of mine and play it and go, can you like tell me what chord needs to go here? And I'm a total dork about it, but I'm learning, you know, and hell, I've been a drummer since I was 7 years old, and music comes natural, but I just never really put my time into playing guitar like I should have. And that's kind of what I'm going to do now in my old age. I'm relearning guitar and piano because beating on shit, man, it's hard on the body after, you know, a long
One
time.
tidbit about Cody though is so from our neck of the woods, you know, the Osbournes are famous in bluegrass, right?
Right, right.
Well, they have a college. I didn't know if you knew that at all or not.
I did not.
Is it in Leslie or has it?
Yeah, it's in Leslie County.
So in Leslie County, what's the name of the college formerly?
The Kentucky School of Bluegrass and Traditional Music.
Yeah, so the Kentucky
Wow.
School of Bluegrass and Traditional Music and the Osbournes. Who all was over that? Who directed that?
The director's Dean Osborne. He's a relative of the late great Bobby Osborne, and
Right.
Bob he's out there, and that's actually for the years I was there. He was one of my mandolin instructors.
Gotcha.
Mandolin underneath him.
Well, it's a kind of a whole. How long have you lived down there? Is my question. Did you get into the music scene there early, living there, or did you just get lucky or get called in, or how did that work out? I mean, how long have you lived there? I guess.
Pretty much my whole entire life. My family is a very musical family. My sister is like a very gifted,
Right.
and it's just down in that area, in like real deep eastern Appalachia, Kentucky. It's just
Right.
saturated with music.
Yeah.
It's hard to grow up and not.
Yeah, that's, I mean, how I got into music too is growing up there. Being from Eastern Kentucky is pretty
Right.
much guessing. If you're a musician, that's
Mhm.
better than being gifted with gold, getting to grow up in Eastern Kentucky.
It's interesting, Sam. I've been going through some videos that have gone through Kentucky. I've been looking at real estate videos there, and hell, man, maybe I'll have to go down there and set my own meth lab up or something. I have to tell you, I really had a hard time finding anywhere that I didn't feel would be kind of like, you know, out in the country, man. It's just like seems like the crime must be outrageous from what I'm.
Actually, not. You would
It's,
think that it would be, but everything just kind of polices its own. I guess we're kind of, I mean, in Clay County, I know specifically, we're so small, we're like a village. So
right.
we kind of watch out for each other, and
Hmm.
it's pretty much Mayberry. I mean, that's where
Really.
I live at now is real life Mayberry.
What's the name of the town you live in now?
It's called Manchester, Kentucky.
Manchester, Kentucky. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested because I've been looking all over the country.
Like the sheriff's department closes at 4:30. There is no sheriff on duty after 4:30. They got to call the state police in if you need help.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that small.
And do you know everybody there?
Yeah, everybody by first and last name, and probably know their entire life story. That's one of the cool things about growing up in a small town is You just have,
Everybody knows each
you go
other's business.
and everybody knows everybody. And going back to Manchester from Nashville was almost culture shock for me for a little while.
I can imagine. When I go down south and I come back to New York City, and it's like I think of like even
Yeah,
downtown Tampa's gotten incredibly crazy now. It's ridiculously expensive. There's roads. It reminds me of a mini LA just in the sense that the freeway system is so screwed up. I thought it was bad 20 years ago, but now they have double decker lanes that switch coming in or out of the city.
that's crazy.
It's insane stuff. And like myself, I lived there for a long time. I'm driving around missing turns and I know right where I'm at, but I can't get there because they've got the toll road closed going east. And I'm like, what the hell, man? Now I got to go down to 60 and take the old shit road that's a stoplight all the way through town. I imagine I've heard Nashville's a lot like that too. It's just growing like insanely.
Um, I mean, I've only been gone for about a year right now, and when we drove through town and drove through my old neighborhood yesterday, there was so much just new stuff that has already popped up in the time that I've been gone. Nashville's growing at such a rate that it's pretty remarkable, man.
I've looked for houses and I'm not finding what I want because I don't want to live in just some like crappy thrown up subdivision home that looks like every other house in the neighborhood. You know, I want something old with a little property and get your wallet out. Past 2 years, and then if you add the interest rates, which have gone up tremendously, you know, last time interest rates were this high, I was in high school, man. You can buy a house for under 10, 12, 13%.
I'm
Now,
about to buy my house down in Tennessee, right here in Nashville, in November. And when I bought my house, it was about 4 times less in value than what it's valued at now, which is crazy. Homes went
well,
from being valued at $80,000 on a short sale to being valued at $400,000 now on
right.
the land, which is crazy.
It's crazy. And then the interest rate being like 8 or 9%, nobody wants to get rid of their old, you know,
Yeah,
3%. Like,
we think we had like a 6% interest rate on ours when we bought. It was like 10 years ago, and Nashville didn't have all the cranes set up like they do now and all these buildings going up. In 10 years time, I watched Nashville quadruple. Like,
wow.
it's crazy.
Well, I can't wait to see it because I haven't been through there in at least,
I
God, it's 10 years. So,
love it. It's a gorgeous city. It's a gorgeous place,
for
gorgeous people.
sure.
You can't get better music.
That's a
You can't
fact.
get a place to go out and write. I mean, these showcase rooms you
hmm
walk into, and there's so much talent
Yeah.
just where it's just dripping.
It's sort of the same thing here in New York and LA, man. You see the people who are just playing the gigs, and a lot of folks move here and they realize that I can't cut this shit, man. These people are like so damn good. I'm going back home and woodshed some more.
Yeah.
It can be discouraging, but at the same time, there's enough percentage of people who are just like, I'm going here, I'm digging in, and I'm
I
gonna make something happen.
So I'm thankful for Nashville, and I love it. I really got to grow here a lot. I got to thrive here. I got to
Right.
meet amazing people, and then I got to go back home to Kentucky, and now I get to come down here to work as much as I want to, and
Sure.
it's a pretty special place.
Well, excellent. Well, I know you have to run, but before you go, I'm just gonna. Were you gonna play something today?
We're already all packed up, so if you
Okay. N-
up
n-
the screen, we're about to
Nice.
head out.
Well, listen, you have a great gig today. I'm gonna play Clank Clank to roll us out of here. And thank you for coming on. I love you. And hell, I'll be ringing you in a couple of weeks when I'm down there because I know I'll have a day or two to drive down and I want to see you and Hatchet. You know, he lives down there in the lake he used to live on. I don't
Yeah,
know. You know, he got cancer and stuff in the throat. He's back. He went through it all and he's doing good. But he
yeah.
had the same crap my brother had. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, man, take care of yourself and quit smoking, you know? But at any rate, so look, have a great one. I'm going to play this, and nice to meet your guitar player, man. I look forward to seeing you, and who knows, man, I'll be on the road with percussion and shit, so maybe we'll get to jam sometime. And I'll send you tickets to come see us, and hell, you come jam with us. Whatever. We'll have
For
a
sure.
good time. All right, for everybody watching, this is one of my favorite songs, and I think you're going to dig it. And if you don't, well, you just don't know good music, man. What can I tell you? Because this kicks ass. Come on, baby. That's how you do it, people. Fire that shit up. Oh, whiskey, excuse me. All right, all right. How about that, man? What can I tell you? Sam Rourke, great friend, great musician, just really talented. Hey, what's happening? Are you hearing the audio weird? Oh, you said the music audio isn't heard as it's meant to be. Well, that's no good. Damn. Huh. Let's. I'm gonna try another one since you're here and we're relatively quiet moment. Let me put up the other video and see what we got here. Tell me if you can hear this. Man, this girl can sing. Shit. All right, peeps. We got a little issue here. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to go ahead and try something else. Let me just try something, guys. No sound. Oh, that's terrible. We can't have that. Let's see. New window. I'm going to try something different and see what happens. Let me know if you hear it this time. Sorry, peeps. Sometimes we just have this kind of crap happen. Nothing I can do about it. YouTube. Clank, clank. Sam Rourke. People, you got to go check out Sam's records. They are just great. And when you hear this song. All right, peeps, I'm going to try this again. How about now, peeps? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Are we getting some sound yet, peeps? All right, peeps. I'm sorry for that to happen. We're going to go ahead and have an early show today so I can track down what's going on. We can't have this. Go ahead and get this out of here. Oh, bye, Sam. Okay, remove. All right, everybody. Well, I apologize for that. It's really a bummer. We will be back at 4 o'clock. And we will have a great show, and we'll have our little sound issue figured out. I don't know what's going on, but I'll track it down, and we'll have a great show this afternoon. So thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I was just listening to some of your Trade Center music yesterday, and I'm going to do a show that you'll find interesting, because I'm going to get some of the musicians who played on the tracks. So you and I'll get to talk about, we both know some of them, and I haven't talked to them yet, so I don't want to say too much. Okay, well, everybody listen, we'll be back at 4 o'clock. We're going to cut an early show today. And I hope whatever you're doing, I hope it's fun. And I hope you're having a good time and life's treating you good. We're going to be out of here, and we'll just see you next time, all right? I'm just going to leave you a little bit of my old band making a racket, because this is really just here to fill up time while it runs out. All right, so listen, peeps, I'll see you at 4 o'clock, and sorry about the weirdness. Here you go, some Who.